This is going to be a tutorial specifically for presiders to talk about what you're going to be doing, what your job is going to be while people are presenting. So you'll notice down here that you can see we have a presenter over here, or we have an attendee over here, and they have raised their hand. And so there's a couple options that we can do here. One, I can promote them to a panelist if I want to give them full access here. And then I can also lower their hand. So if I am tired of their hand being up, or for whatever reason I don't want their hand to still be here, I can manually lower their hands. And then I can also allow this person to talk. So if we do want to have questions that are actually audibly coming from the audience, you do have the option when you are the host of the meeting to allow someone to talk. For most presiders, you will not be the host of the meeting. The tech assistant will be the official host of the meeting. So you will not have that option, but you will be able to see hands raised, and more importantly, you will be able to see the Q&A. So if we look here, you will notice that there are assorted questions, and we have hello coming in. Then we also have an I have a question. So hello, let's say the presenter wants to answer that one live. They will have the option to do all of this themselves, but also you can come in and mark these things. So depending on the comfort that the presider has, or the different presenters have with this format, we can come here and I can say, presenter, we have a question. Someone here has said hello. And if they want to answer live, they can do that. We can click answer live. And then we also have this option to type an answer. We have assorted different, let's say hello, we have determined isn't actually an answer. So maybe we dismiss that one. But then we have a bunch of questions that are going on. And so here we have ones that may not, let's say we don't have time to get to all of these questions, right? We can dismiss, we can answer, but if we don't get to all of these before we run out of time, we would like the presiders to keep a log of these questions so that we can, particularly ones that seem useful and interesting to pass along to our presenters. So here's a normal question. I have a question about what you're talking about. This is for our Parks and Rec fans out there. So if we do not get to these questions, we would prefer if you could keep a Word document or some other type of document. You do not, I don't believe, have the ability to just kind of highlight and copy paste, but if you right click, you have the option to select this. So I can then just copy here and then put that into whatever other sort of document I might want. So let's say I have a blank document here. I can put all of these in. We can grab this one. Let's select that and we will copy. And so this way I can have a document that at the end of everything, I will just send this whole file to my different presenters. So that way, if there are questions, particularly ones either they want to follow up with our non-anonymous attendees, they can find a way to do that directly with the person. Or, so for example, if someone had a question of, I have some references, I was wondering if you've considered the place where Herodotus talks about this topic. You could follow up directly with that person, as one might do after a panel, or you could also, just keep those for your own reference later. So you could have, if I wanted to go and revise this paper, I might want to keep this useful commentary, so that I can go back and say, you should see what, Amy Pistone has published on this topic. And so, if there's references, things like that, bibliography, any of those kinds of things, particularly something that is, if it's more of a comment than a question, those are things that would usefully be transferred or transmitted to a presenter for their later use. So that should just about cover the additional stuff that we're expecting from presiders. Thanks.